Hello and welcome to Geeks of the Round. It's Geeks of the Round discusses Batfleck, or Batman with Ben Affleck. This is kind of an impromptu thing, but we got a really decent panel here. I'm your host, Matt Moore. We're also here with just to my left, right? I don't know. It mirrors my video, so I don't know. On one side of me is Knuckles Goldberg. Say hi, Knuckles.
Hello.
And on the other side of me is the crazy man, Todd Grundle. How you doing, Todd?
Excellent, excellent.
And I forgot the name of the guy down at the end.
Some black guy.
That doesn't matter.
Just kidding. That's Isaiah Mullins, our most prolific contributor to our website.
Yeah.
How you doing, Isaiah?
I am Affleck. I'm good.
You are Affleck. Okay, first off, first thoughts on what was the first thing you thought when you heard that Ben Affleck was going to be Batman? Who wants to start?
I'll start.
Okay.
Good. I was confused as fuck. Like, what? That's too much. His name was too huge enough. Affleck doesn't need to be in this movie, but making sure I was just confused as fuck. Like, what? Someone else.
Okay, we got confused. How about you, Knuckles?
At first I thought it was like an Onion article, and then after that, I just thought, like, thank God now I don't have to see this movie.
And Todd, for your first thoughts when you first read it.
Actually, I heard it from you last night in your Thursday Hangouts Against Humanity hangout.
Thank you for pimping my hangout. Thank you, thank you.
Yeah, no, that was very awesome.
No problem. www.rottinghorse.com. When you said Ben Affleck is Batman, I actually got a little giddy. I was actually kind of excited. I said, you know what, that kind of works. But it could not work too.
This morning I put up a post on Geeks of the Round, www.geeksoftheround.com, which Rotting Horse does not go to that website. I was just saying. I put up a post saying that myself and Deano, and I don't know about Knuckles, but we were basically in denial. We would not have posted the information. We didn't post it the day it happened because of the fact that we couldn't believe it. We thought I thought it was a fake. I really did. When IGN finally posted it, like 4 hours later, Deano begrudgingly admitted that it's probably true, and we still didn't post it. And we normally try and post that stuff immediately, but the thing is we could not believe it. We were literally in denial, and like now we kind of have to accept that it's true.
Oh, so that's what I was going to ask. You're in the acceptance phase now?
No. I'm in the anger phase. I'm still in the anger phase.
I don't want to say this before I forget it, in that people had the exact same reaction to Heath Ledger being named as the Joker.
Well, here we go with this.
Now, we might get lucky and Ben Affleck may overdose before the movie comes out, and then people will sing his praises after that happens.
About how good an actor he is?
Oh, yeah.
But let me say this on that. I was one of the Ledger haters when I first heard about it, thank you, and I didn't really care that he OD'd. It didn't mean anything to me. Like, I wasn't saying, oh, let me honor this guy because he's OD'd now. When I saw his Joker, it was, in my opinion, I thought it was friggin' genius. Blew Nicholson out of the water.
Yeah, same here. I wasn't crying over his death either. I knew who the heck this guy was to Brokeback Mountain.
Well, that's the thing, I was reading, I forget where it was, Nerd Bastards, because I read a lot of nerdbastards.com. By the way, welcome, Tory. How you doing?
Is Mike on?
You are apparently muted, I think.
He's still
I'll
muted.
provide his voice. I'm doing good, sir. How are you? I love Batman, and I think Ben Affleck is handsome.
Oh, there we go. He's got sound. How you doing, Tory?
But I'm fine. I'm fine.
I love Ben Affleck. I love him.
You're so excited.
Tory? What was your first thoughts on when you first heard that Ben Affleck was going to be Batman?
Speechless. Like, just speechless. I'm not mad. Well, yes, mad at first, because the first thing what came straight to my mind was Daredevil, and I was like, oh God, he's gonna fail. Then I just fully began to think about it, saying, maybe he just might do a great job. He might surprise us.
Hope for
Cool.
the best.
And everybody, this is Tory Rodney. I have never met Tory in my life. And he just joined us using the Hangout link that I put on Google Plus, the Geeks of the Round page. If you want to join us, just like Tory has, go to geeksoftheround.com community, and the link is right there. And I assume we're probably going to be going at least another half hour, 45 minutes. So, yeah, join us like he did. Where was I? Heath Ledger. You cannot use Heath Ledger. You cannot use Michael Keaton. You cannot use Robert Downey Jr. as examples, because those three people did not have a giant strike on their record when it comes to superhero movies. And Ben Affleck.
But it wasn't his fault. Daredevil was not his fault. The failure of it. He was the best part about it.
There was some good actors in there. Like a Kingpin, he was a good one.
Yeah, Kingpin was good too. I did not hate Daredevil. I don't know what the hate on it is. It was one of the first to explore the flawed hero. That they didn't really give him the pain pill addiction like they claimed they were going to in advance. It was only like glossed over, I think. But they made an attempt there. It failed, but I don't think it was Affleck's fault.
Affleck.
How about you, Tory? You're our new person. What did you think of Daredevil, and do you think it affects how Ben Affleck's going to be in Batman?
Well, I watched the movie when I was like 9 or 8, so I thought it was like super cool. But now when I fully think about it now, it wasn't that good. It wasn't that good. I thought it could have been better, but it just wasn't that good. It just was a failure, really, in my view.
How about you, Knuckles? You got anything to say on the matter, on Daredevil?
I didn't see it.
You've never seen Daredevil?
I knew it was going to be terrible, so I did not see it.
You lucky
It's been a while. Can you guys refresh my memory on what was so bad about it? Because I only saw
it. Wasn't terrible.
It
wasn't
terrible. It just wasn't.
The acting really was mediocre at best.
But
the writing was horrible, though. The writing was just atrocious.
I remember thinking Elektra was horrible, but other than that.
Well, yeah. And then they gave her a sequel.
They gave her a spin-off, really.
That I did not see. I
did not. Wow.
The sequel was better than her performance. It was actually better.
Yeah, no, but who cared about that movie?
No, it wasn't.
I thought it was.
The sequel wasn't.
I think Clark Duncan. He was the only person in that movie who his lines was awful. However, he could ad-lib. He can just pretty much, play with the lines. That's one thing he benefits from that movie most. But overall, that movie was still bad.
For example, because this is an iconic scene that everyone can remember from this movie. Knuckles, hold your ears if you don't want spoilers. There's a scene where there's actually a couple scenes. One of them is a fight scene, but the first scene where they set up the idea that he can see in rain, that because rain hits various people,
oh my God,
it allows him to see. He just was not convincing in that. He
wasn't.
Did not portray that in such a way that made it believable. And Batman has a lot of that. Batman can do pretty much anything that most other superheroes can do through his magic. And Batman's going to have to do that. He's going to have to be like, yeah, I can fly using this.
You have to be more convincing.
Or I can hit Superman really, really hard because I'm wearing this. He's going to have to be able to convince people that he can do this shit.
Pretty much.
I don't know that they're going to use much of his abilities, though. I think in this movie, Batman is going to be more of just a cape and a cowl, you know, given a scowl.
And okay, that's actually something I wanted to bring up is that while they have called it a Batman versus Superman or Superman versus Batman, that has not been confirmed.
But people are saying that a lot. Even the media is saying that a lot.
Yeah. The reason being is because at the announcement, actually at the second announcement, because there was the announcement and then there was the panel. At the panel, they mentioned a particular quote from The Dark Knight Returns.
Which sucks.
Basically, that said, in your darkest dreams, remember that it was me that beat you. Which is a reference of when Batman was beating the crap out of Superman.
Well, he won against Superman. It was a cheap shot, really.
It was not a cheap shot.
No, it wasn't.
He had Green Arrow. He had Green Arrow's help.
Yeah, but it wasn't the first time that he hit in that. No, Green Arrow's help was the second time he beat up Superman. That was in Dark Knight Strikes Back. The first time he did it by himself.
With a power suit, by the way, which is like, okay.
Yes, a power suit of which he had hooked up to the electrical grid of Gotham City. And he was still powering up as Superman flipped out.
See, this is Frank Miller we're talking about. His writing, I don't care what no one says, Frank Miller's writing is not that good at most times. And I did not like Dark Knight Returns.
Fuck you!
I don't care.
Sorry, Todd, I know you have headphones. That probably squelched a little.
It made Superman like a total lapdog to the government. Like, really? Why would he be a lapdog to the government? And I just have a bad feeling they're gonna make Batman the bigger.
Comic? He was a lapdog to the government because the government had the bottle city of Kandor and was going to crush every Kryptonian that existed. He had no choice, or else he would have been the last son of Krypton. Did you not know that?
That was so long. It was a while ago, but wow, really?
Wow,
yes.
I did not know that.
The government was that smart to do that. Why can't they stop Batman themselves? Like, you can do all this to Superman. Why can't you just stop Batman yourself?
This is why I wanted Deano on here, because Deano knows Batman as well as I do, possibly more, but maybe not. In any case, back to Ben Affleck.
Okay.
Yeah, my thought is that you can't compare him to Robert Downey Jr., to Heath Ledger, to any of them, because he's already got a strike against him. Now, the counter argument, and I'm surprised no one's really mentioned this, is Argo in The Town.
People have been doing that a lot. He got Academy Awards for Argo and The Town. He's a good actor. He's a good director.
Yes.
Well, Argo is what made me think. When you said it last night, I was like, he's a little too light. He would fit better in the Burton universe. But then I thought about Argo, and I said, you know what? Because I think of Ben Affleck as youthful. You know, I remember Mallrats chasing Amy, and I live in the past. So, you know, I think of him as being youthful. But then you think about Argo, and you say, wait a minute, he's an old man now. He's been through the gambit, Hollywood style. So that could translate well to what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
Because you said Gambit, you reminded me of a post that somebody posted, and that is we had Chris Evans, who played the Human Torch, and then he played Captain America.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then we had Ryan Reynolds, who played Green Lantern, and then he played Deadpool.
No, you got that backwards. It was Deadpool.
He played Deadpool first.
It was Deadpool first.
Yeah, and then he played a vampire hunter in Blade 3.
Which was supposed to get a spin-off, and it never did.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank God.
And now we've got Ben Affleck playing a second. Did we run out of white guys in Hollywood?
Yeah, on that one too. I said yes.
No, there was a list of like a bunch of actors going around up for the role. I don't think Affleck was even on the list though.
He wasn't.
Actually, a lot of people thought that Josh Brolin was going to receive the role because he was auditioning. Then you had people like Ryan Gosling who was auditioning. Then you had the werewolf from True Blood. But who I really wanted to receive the role was Matthew Good. He was the villain in The Watchmen. I thought that
He
he
wasn't
would have.
really a villain. He was an anti-hero.
Yeah, but I thought that
I know
he
what you
would have
mean.
made a good Batman. Because I just watched a movie with him a few weeks ago called Stoker,
Yeah.
and then I thought that wow, he he has the look, he's handsome. I thought he would make a good Bruce Wayne, and then when I watched the Watchmen, I assumed that he would make a good Batman.
Yeah, I
But
think so too, because he was really good in Watchmen. Really, really good.
Which one are we
Yeah,
talking about?
uh,
Ozymandias?
yes,
Oh,
yes.
okay. 'Cause
No,
I was just reading CNN, and it called Ben Affleck Anus Horribilis. So
Damn.
that took me out of the conversation. So the last time he played a superhero, the world cried.
Yeah.
But
I mean, there is room for
they could have picked
redemption.
Idris Elba. They could
He
have picked
can.
him.
I think he can redeem himself. Plus, I heard he has a mentor. What's his name? Kevin Smith. I think that Kevin Smith can really help him just grasp the true concept of Batman.
Yes
the
and
Dark Knight.
no. If this were Tim Burton's franchise, I think Kevin Smith would be able to lead him in the right direction. But I don't
Okay.
see Kevin Smith as delivering what they're doing now. I don't see
Right,
that,
right.
you know, that realism and that grittiness.
My main problem.
Bullshit. You need to read Kevin Smith's Green Arrows comics.
Oh, I did. Oh, yeah, you know, you're right. But
He gets it.
I'm gonna say this one thing that's really bugging me the most about this Ben Affleck thing. It's not Ben Affleck's the biggest issue. Is that Henry Cavill will not get any spotlight if Ben Affleck's in the movie. Because if you think about it, who's gonna benefit the movie the most? Ben Affleck. Because what? He's Batman.
we don't know that.
No, I mean, I think that people will mainly watch the movie just to see, like us. Yes, us. I think we'll watch the movie just to see mainly how Ben Affleck really pulls this role off. We've already seen so far how good Henry is.
Yeah, but
Cavill or
he's
whatever.
not an actor though. No one knows his name that much. You say, you know who that new Superman is? They'll say, who's that? Henry Cavill. Who's Henry Cavill? You're gonna get that conversation back and forth. Like, who's that guy? Okay, he's some white guy. Okay, now I know what you mean. It's that white guy.
I mean, but maybe his good role in Man of Steel might, cause him
some
to
people
get
didn't like Man of Steel.
more roles. Some people didn't like Man of Steel. Some people did. Some people didn't like The Dark Knight Rises. Some people
I
did.
hated it.
Yeah.
I
so,
hated The Dark Knight Rises. I liked A Man of Steel, but I didn't like his Superman. I thought he looked too blue collar.
I like Man of Steel, but I didn't like the second or third act. The third act was.
I
so
mean, when you say blue collar, would you prefer the Man of Steel this year or Superman from Superman Returns?
I friggin' loved Superman Returns. I must be the only idiot in the world. I enjoyed the hell out of that. I thought Brandon Routh was excellent.
I'm actually going to have to back Todd for once, which I rarely do.
I do too. I have to back him.
I think if they had taken away the Superman stalker element, Superman Returns would have been an amazing movie.
But so that was a tribute to Christopher Reeves, pretty much. It was essentially the best continuation of the original franchise they could do.
Yeah.
Right.
And I think they succeeded.
It didn't succeed that well at the box office. But
The ratings though, everyone favored Superman. The critics favored Return of Superman better than Man of Steel. I looked at that.
Did they really?
Yeah.
Yeah, they did. The critics they enjoyed Superman Returns, but then when I think about it, the critics actually gave a high rating for Part 4 of the Indiana Jones series, so I don't really go into that.
Todd?
like Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 78% approval rating. I was like, what? I was like, no. So I don't really listen to the critics that much anymore, like how I used to.
Just so you know, Superman Returns pulled almost exactly $200 million domestic, and almost another $200 million foreign for $391 million total, which is not bad. It's not great, but it's
great.
not bad at all.
With a budget of how much?
With a budget, I don't. Let me.
Of
I'll find it.
200. I mean, most of the time the goal is to double the budget. It did not. It did not double the budget.
You're right. The production budget was $270 million.
See,
It's too high. But here's another thing with the whole thing. It's actually about how they scheduled it too. Why would you schedule Batman vs Superman all the way to July, knowing the fact you have faced another movies like Pirates of the Caribbean and Jurassic Park and other movies like that, while Avengers comes out in May the 1st, which is going to make an assload of money.
Okay, Isaiah, it's coming out on my birthday, so shut up.
Yeah. Respect his birthday. Actually, that year is going to be something. If the Pirates of the Caribbean thing comes out, if it comes, boo-hoo, whatever. But what I really want to watch is that Star Wars that year.
Yeah.
I'm curious too.
I mean, you have a lot of movies just like making a lot of money that year. Money.
Mostly Disney and WB.
Disney. Did you see The Lone Ranger? Really? You want to talk about Disney making money?
No.
That's for 2015.
That's way off topic.
Okay.
That's way off topic. I was
Well,
talking about
on
Disney
topic, can I ask you guys on topic of Batman, does DC have a hand in this?
No.
Well, yes,
No.
because DC is owned by Warner Brothers.
But Warner Bros. is mostly looking at that shit. Unless they make more money than DC. Because they own them. Basically.
Then I do have questions about. Then I am a little bit worried now because of what I seen what they did to Lobo. I don't know if anyone else was keeping up on that in the new 52.
Saw that. It was ridiculous.
Yes, I did.
Bringing back Lobo. He's skinny. He looks like a lady.
He's like a Twilight guy.
The most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. And if they can disrespect one of their most it's not an iconic character, but it's he's legendary. He's cult status. And if they're going to disrespect Lobo like that, maybe they don't really give a crap about their characters anymore.
No. Here's something, and I wanted to write this before. I just didn't get a chance to because I've been busy. Remember what they were going to do to Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman was going to be wearing spandex pants, or maybe it was leather pants, and a regular shirt, and a black leather jacket, and that was going to be her actual costume. It was going to be a streetwise Wonder Woman. DC saw like how people reacted to that, and DC backed the fuck up from that.
They had no choice.
Too late for Lobo because they're already it's already coming out in the next Justice League. It's September 11th. They're ruining Lobo.
But so far, what are the reactions of the Justice League heading to Canada? Since I just read that, they're now they are now the Justice League of Canada. I just read that on comicbook.com.
Okay.
Like 2 hours ago. Actually, I like the Justice League. Like I read it, the new 52. I'm fully fond of it. And when I read the Justice League of Canada, I can send you guys the link. I believe I'll try my best. Yes, Justice League of America is becoming Justice League of Canada. Send the link.
Interesting.
What are they moving or? Are they just moving their headquarters?
That's the link, I believe. Yeah, that's the link.
Wow. Okay, I was gonna try and defend DC on the whole Lobo thing, and I just got a good look at him and his weapons.
Wow.
And
Wow. Oh wow. Seriously? Oh wow. It's even hurtful than I thought.
Let's see does the Hangouts on air? Do they show when you screen share, or do they still not do that?
I don't know. Let's find out.
I didn't do
All right,
that.
let me get there.
No, I'm already there.
This is
Wow. That's kind of.
Do you
Wow.
see it?
That's
Just a black.
Right
Oh, there it is. There it is.
Yeah.
wow.
Make me
That
freaking
logo does look
cry,
stupid.
man. No, all I see is Isaiah though. There we go. I want to cry.
What happened to the goatee and beard? What happened to all that black hair? What happened to all that good stuff, man?
What happened to his body and his? What?
It's
Well,
gone.
that's just it.
It's been
if
erased.
they want to make him look more
Literally.
humanoid, if they want to make him look more humanoid, I can understand that, and they would make his shoulders not insanely wide. I mean, because
That
the
was
fact
that was Lobo though.
he was unbelievably wide at his shoulders, and he was this skinny at the waist. He was a triangle, and
Yeah.
I'm making the shape of a triangle as if you could see it right now.
Yeah, but you know what? As much as I love Lobo, and I've read every single comic book that he's ever been in, including the first. By the way, this guy does look like the Omega Men Lobo a little bit. He kind of resembles the original Lobo. However, DC has changed him up in so many ways. They turned him into a pirate. They turned him into a preacher, which I didn't hate. But this is it. They need to stop with Lobo. Period. I love him, but never again should they ever write a Lobo again.
And for some reason, Google is not letting me get rid of my screen share.
Perfect. You might as well change to Ben Affleck, Ben.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a little strange.
Well,
Everybody thank Todd for this Lobo picture now.
thanks, Todd.
But
This is just a punishment for me. Google's watching, and they've frozen you so that I have to stare at this monstrosity.
Oh man.
But
I've been out of touch with DC Comics and Marvel Comics because I've been up in Image comic books more longer. Image had better comic books in my book, better variety too.
but pertaining straight back to the topic, who would you guys would have chosen to be the next Batman? Me personally, I didn't want Christian Bale back because I don't think his Dark Knight Batman would fit into this Man of Steel universe, because how Christopher Nolan had that realism and stuff sense, each and everything just has to be real with him. I don't think his Dark Knight would have fitted into this Man of Steel universe with so much destruction and so much destruction and just, oh my God, just so much destruction. But yes, I don't think Christopher Nolan would have made.
I'll go beyond you on that and say that I wasn't a fan of Bale's Batman, period. I enjoyed the first two Nolan Batmans a lot. I thought they were great.
I did too.
But Batman, I thought, was the worst part of the series, except for Bane. And he sounded like he sounded like he just smoked too many cigarettes, drank too much whiskey, and recently had a sex change.
Throat cancer.
Right. It was ridiculous. I would laugh every time he came on the screen. He was an okay Bruce Wayne, but not even that great. He was too scrawny, and his Batman was just lackluster to me. It was laughable.
Well, Bane was more laughable though, because you can understand what the fuck he was talking
You're right.
about. What are you talking about? And plus, there was a lot of plot holes in that movie too.
Was it
A lot of potheads in that movie?
No, plot head. I mean, plot holes.
Was it?
Potheads.
I mean, was it
No.
the plot holes? Was it the plot
Yes.
holes would fully like boarded people? Was it the plot holes? But the fact that Bruce Wayne went from Egypt to Gotham? No, hold on, wait, no, not yet. A broke Bruce Wayne had no money, went from Egypt straight to Gotham. Not just that, all the bridges were shut down except one. Plus, Gotham was quarantined. But somehow this Bruce Wayne still made it to Gotham. And not only that, was it such a coincidence that Bruce Wayne and Batman died right at the same time? And if Bruce Wayne is such this worldwide public figurehead right at the end, if he's in Paris, don't you think someone would like just notice him and say, "Hey, that's Bruce Wayne"? But I guess not.
The Paris alone, I thought, was a cop out. I would have been happy if they blew him up in a nuclear blast at the
Yeah.
end of it. I was like, thank God, Nolan finally gets it. He finally realizes that he's an asshole, and he's an overrated asshole.
It was just how the cops were just so stupid. Okay, run into gunfire. Okay, have fun instead of taking.
We can't see Matt's face seething behind that Lobo.
I know.
Wait, is it still Lobo? Oh no.
Dark
Okay.
picture.
You're still Lobo to me. I told you, it's me specifically Google's punishing.
I guess.
Yeah, pretty much. Google's been acting up lately.
But the thing is, I think with Nolan, I personally believe that he was under like so much pressure because the challenge with making a sequel with a good predecessor is that you just have to overcome it, which has been a challenge for many sequels.
Yeah, like Star Wars.
Spider-Man 3. It just, yeah. But so I think like he tried. I wish he would have done more in the writing for Man of Steel because he actually begged Zack Snyder and David S. Goyer to not let Superman kill Zod. David S. Goyer, I think he's a wonderful writer, but not by himself. I don't think he's a good writer by himself.
He's an editor or something.
Help, and that's when Christopher Nolan and Jonathan Nolan came in. He's a good writer. He's an awful director. When you
Zack
have
Snyder?
Blade, no, actually, David S. Goyer. He's an awful director. Look at Blade 3. He's an awful director. Yeah, I know. Yes, I know. He directed it. Yes, it's shocking, but he just needs help. I hope he has more help for this Man of Steel.
Zack Snyder with him.
Zack Snyder. I like Zack.
I don't.
Sorry. I like him.
I was just going to say, note to self, I'm not going to screen share ever again. Not when I'm in charge.
Point taken. Zack Snyder, I'm pretty fond of his work, except when I watched Sucker Punch. That
I've masturbated 1,000 times to that movie. What are you talking about?
Sucker Punch. I
could not make it past 10 minutes of that movie. I couldn't get to the masturbation part.
Really, you're right. I saw the previews and I said, "Oh, this is gonna be great to freaking whack it to." And then I put it on for 5 minutes. I fell asleep.
Zack Snyder's a good visionary. He's good at visionary work, but when it comes to directing or writing, he's not good. That's what comes to my problem with Watchmen a little bit more.
No,
he focused the movie on Night Owl way too much than the other main characters that was more better, like Rorschach or Comedian or Dr. Manhattan more. But Night Owl, he just pushed that Night Owl in that other Silk Spectre scene way too much in her face. And that sex scene.
Well, Comedian died right in the first 10 minutes. So
yeah, but
how much more can he focus on him?
The backstories they had a lot of the Comedian. The backstory was mostly focused on Comedian, which was good. But again, the message was lost in this movie. In my book.
I mean, but what I realize about Snyder, he knows how to transform actors into a good character. For example, Gerard Butler as Leonidas in 300.
But Gerard Butler's just good. It doesn't take much work to turn him into something.
Oh yes, all he did was yell.
I mean, what good role did he really have before the 300? I mean, maybe he did, but not role what I know of so far. What good role did he have before 300? He didn't have a buff role. When I say buff, I mean how totally ripped and muscular he was right in the 300. I don't remember him in a role like that. I remember him in a movie with Christian Bale and Matthew McConaughey with the dragons raiding the future Reign of Fire, and that's it.
That movie?
Yes, Reign of
Gerard Butler before 300. Wow.
Exactly.
It was not Dracula 2000. I'm kidding.
One star.
Tomb Raider. Part 2. The Cradle of Life.
Creator of Life.
That
Awesome
movie? Oh God, that sounds like bad luck.
Beowulf and Grendel, which I think was the ripoff of the Beowulf movie.
Yeah.
Well, it's got hello. The dragon's name is Grendel in Beowulf. Wait, what is Beowulf and Grendel? Are you making something up?
No. I said Beowulf and Grendel.
Yeah, is that a movie?
Yeah, it was the ripoff. Whenever a major movie comes out, there's always a straight-to-DVD ripoff.
Yeah, from the Asylum.
A copycat.
And in this particular case, it was Beowulf and Grendel.
Oh.
But like
and he played, drum roll please, he played Beowulf.
Yeah,
I can see that.
He didn't have a mainstream role before 300 like he does. Like he had in 300. So I think Snyder can. Ben Affleck, I mean, there's nothing I can do about it now except just wait.
Hope.
Hope. I hope. I thought Henry Cavill did a good job as Superman. Snyder helped with that. What I've heard about Snyder's work is he pays a lot of attention to detail. But when I heard that, when they said detail, I was like, detail in what? Is it the detail in story, or is it detail in character, or is it the detail in the fighting scenes? What I found out was that he was classmates with Michael Bay, and I was like, oh my God.
Oh God.
I was like, wow, he was classmates with Michael Bay.
That's kind of scary.
Not really. I'm quite fond of Michael Bay. He just needs a good writer.
I hate Michael Bay. We did the Transformers.
That's all I know of Michael Bay's Transformers, but hearing what he's doing to the Ninja Turtles, he can go F himself.
Don't remind me. He was good. He made Independence Day, which was a good movie in my book. I like Independence Day.
No, he didn't.
He didn't. He didn't make that?
No.
Somebody else?
Wasn't that Jerry Bruckheimer? Jerry Bruckheimer?
No.
No.
The guy who I can't remember his name. The guy who did White House Down and The Day After Tomorrow and 2012, he did Independence Day.
Oh, that's he's the Doomsday guy. What the fuck is his name?
Oh my God, what was his name?
I think it's a D, isn't it?
Can someone Google it?
It's Roland Emmerich.
Yes. All of his movies. All of his movies have something to do with Doomsday or something happened in the Earth world or something. But so far, his best. Yes.
I'm going to redeem Michael Bay in 2 words.
The Island.
Oh wait, 3 words. 3 words. Director. Bad Boys.
Yes.
And
Bad Boys
Island.
2.
That were both good movies in my book.
The Island.
They were good.
The Island is rated my top 5 of favorite movies.
I've not seen any of those 3 movies, but did you know that Bad Boys was originally supposed to star John Lovitz and Dana Carvey?
Yeah.
Well, that would have been better.
I mean, but why
It
not?
would have been better, kind of, yeah.
But he also did The Rock, Armageddon, and Pearl Harbor.
Oh, he also did Pain and Gain.
I've only seen Armageddon out of all of those movies.
He did Pain and Gain as well.
Pearl
Harbor, which sucked.
Pearl Harbor lasted 5 minutes, and the movie was 4 hours long.
I was going to say Armageddon actually was Ben Affleck, so we're almost on point.
Yeah.
We're almost on point. Yeah, but Michael Bay. Wow, we're way off topic. But Michael Bay.
Want to go more off topic? It was Ben Affleck and the fat guy from Herman's Head. Fox, 1990s.
Oh, I loved Herman's Head.
Awesome show. Remember his fat alter ego, the slob? He was in Armageddon.
Yeah.
He was in Armageddon.
And the girl was played by Lisa Simpson.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Or one of the
Fox
girls was played by Lisa Simpson. There was 2 girls in his head. The one of them was Lisa Simpson, and the other one.
Yeardley Smith.
Sure. But none of them were Ben Affleck. Knuckles is just bored as all hell.
Yeah, he's like that. He's like that.
Well,
Wait, are you saying Ben Affleck wasn't in the movie?
What movie?
Whatever the hell movie we're talking about, I lost myself.
Armageddon. He was in Armageddon.
Oh, okay.
He was dating Liv Tyler, and Liv Tyler was the daughter of the commander of Bruce Willis, who actually goes into space to destroy the asteroid. And I'm saying this without ever having seen the movie. I know this shit. And I'm waving around and like cheering, and no one can see it.
But I have a question, right? There are rumors of Bryan Cranston from Malcolm in the Middle and Breaking Bad. I mean, they're rumors, so you can't say whether they're false or true. So I mean, of him playing Lex Luthor.
He said it's not happening. He said he'd love it, but it's not happening.
Yeah. What the rumor said is that he wants to play it. There has not been any corroborating rumors to go with it.
I think he'll make a good. I mean, I think the rumor starting is because he's such a good bad guy on Breaking Bad. They think he'll make a good villain in the Man of Steel.
Jokes.
Sequel.
Yeah, but who wants to see a naked Lex Luthor?
Right.
Bryan Cranston can't do a role without getting naked.
He's got to be in his underpants at least for 15 minutes out of whatever he's in. It's in the contract.
He needs a sidekick too.
And for some reason, Reggie Darden, who is in here, has added the Hangouts Against Humanity app, and we're not playing Hangouts Against Humanity yet. We're talking about Batman.
Batman, who is Ben Affleck.
We're trying to talk about Batman.
Yeah, we keep going off topic.
Okay. So heading straight back to topic, Matt, Mr. Moore or whatever, Matt, I'm sorry,
Mr. Moore.
Okay, who did you think should
just call me Moron. I mean, wait, no.
Who do you think should have been Batman?
Okay, for Todd, for Isaiah, and for Knuckles. I told you guys that we were going to ask this very question. Tory was not in the hangout yet. He freaking wins the hangout tonight. So everyone give Tory a round of applause.
He's been winning the hangout all night. Has no one else noticed?
Yeah, he really has.
He's getting all the points. He's keeping this train rolling. We're all talking about Herman's Head and Armageddon. He's just like, guys, shut the fuck up. I'm here to talk about Batman.
Back to topic, assholes.
Thank you.
About Robbo and everything.
Thank you.
Honestly, I kind of liked the idea of John Hamm. In theory, I don't know. He probably has the chops to do it, and he definitely has the look to do it. Mm-hmm. But I don't know that he has the predilection. I don't know that he's played a character like that. And the thing is Ben Affleck. This is something else. Let's say Ben Affleck put on a dark suit with a cowl and the whole 9 yards, and he gets in your face and he's all like, "I'm Batman." Are you gonna be scared, or are you gonna laugh in his fucking face? It's Ben Affleck.
I think
John. Sorry, just to get to my point. The same thing is with John Hamm. I cannot imagine John Hamm being that kind of scary. Maybe like I'm going to have your family killed kind of scary, but not I'm going to dismantle you from the top down.
Okay, but right to that, how you said him putting on the dark suit, everybody is questioning him playing Batman, but no one is questioning, and I think Ben Affleck will make a good Bruce Wayne. He has the look for it.
Absolutely.
He'll make a good Bruce Wayne. John Hamm, I agree. A good Bruce Wayne.
But wait, there's the question. If he's gonna be a good Bruce Wayne, why won't he be a good Batman? Because it's a chin. It's a friggin' chin.
I don't think Christian Bale was a good Bruce Wayne. I think he was a better Batman.
Right about that. You know what? Val Kilmer, he proves your point. Val Kilmer was an excellent Bruce Wayne, but he was a bit of a light Batman.
Mike Keaton was that Batman.
Here's the thing, though, is that if it's going to be a team-up movie or a versus movie, we're probably going to see very little, if any, of Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, very little.
There's just not going to be the time. And let's face it, if we do see Bruce Wayne, it's going to be Bruce Wayne literally coaching Superman on how to be a superhero.
Basically.
And he's going to be basically going, okay, like fight me, like throw a punch. And then like Bruce Wayne, like throwing him on his ass.
Okay.
Yeah. And in that particular case, I can't see Ben Affleck being a scary person as Bruce Wayne.
Right.
I mean, he can, he can change his voice like Kristen Bale did. He can do that. He could.
He smokes cigarettes.
Like he has throat cancer. But the thing,
We don't need a Boston Batman. Sorry.
Yeah, they're gonna go to that car.
I think for the sequel, Superman, Batman, there should be no need for a villain, to be honest. Especially Lex Luthor.
Now, if I actually had a choice, if I could choose anyone in the world to play Batman, I would make it to where it's a basically retired Batman, so there's very little action, and I'd bring back fucking Michael Keaton, bitches.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
I would have been fine with just a no-name actor that we don't know very much
Yeah.
about.
True.
That will work too.
Yeah, that's also true. We could have gone that way. That's what we did with Henry Cavill.
Yeah.
I mean, what the fuck was he in before this? Nothing.
Nothing.
The Immortals.
Oh, look at that. Knuckles has a picture of Buttman up.
Oh yeah, it's Ben Affleck and with his parents.
He was. That movie tanked.
Anybody have any thoughts on Brolin?
Yeah, we were covering that earlier. Is that Josh Brolin? I think would have been a pretty decent choice.
Yeah.
I mean,
Josh Brolin, he's a better method guy to do the role. So I think he would have made a good Batman. I think his figure and his body build would have suited the Batman from The Dark Knight Returns, where you have Bruce Wayne. He's old, but he's still like big. He's huge. So I think he would have suited that role more. But from what I heard, wow, that picture is something. But from what I heard from who was auditioning, I really wanted Ryan Gosling to just get a chance.
No.
I
I couldn't stand Drive.
What?
I like Drive. Hey,
Drive was good.
Drive was awful.
I don't even know what a Ryan Gosling is.
Ryan Gosling could have been such like he could have been such like a higher actor right now, but like the roles what he chooses are such like character roles, even though right at this moment he's being panned for his latest movie, God Forgives or something.
Oh, that was an off movie. I saw that. I was like, what?
Yeah.
It made no sense.
But I think the guy from True Blood, the werewolf, I don't know.
plays Elsie.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'll see it. Yes, he was auditioning as well. So was Matthew Good, the same guy who we talked about earlier from Watchmen. He auditioned as well.
I think the guy from True Blood's too big to be Batman.
Yes.
No, I think that he's the perfect size. His name's Joe Manganiello, Manganiello. I think he's the perfect size to be Batman. I just think he looks way too much like.
He looks too kind. He looks too kind to be Batman.
Actually, at first I was like, you know what? Maybe he won't make it. But then this Sunday I watched the season finale of True Blood and
You're a brave man.
And then he cut his hair. He cut his hair right away. So I said, this is Batman. This is Batman right here. So
I also saw that, and I thought it was very cool that Alcide wins. Like, Alcide won True Blood.
Yeah.
because
yeah.
because it really was a competition of who would end up with Sookie Stackhouse.
Yeah.
Allison.
Yes.
Well, she's a whore though, so it was easy competition.
Isaiah has just summed up the entirety of True Blood in about a sentence.
She's a whore. She sleeps with every main character, which is true.
I mean, I'm not fully into depth with the storyline of True Blood. I just started watching it recently this season.
Really?
But
Wow.
I watched it. I watched it a few seasons ago, which I thought was really good. But so far this season, was so. Yes, it was violent, but it was still comedic.
Wow.
Very.
Yeah, you see the first 2 seasons, you be saying a different story. Like, wow, this is actually good. What happened?
But like for brother Jason, why is he here? Is he here for the comic relief?
No, that was Lafayette.
I want to divert you guys for a second because you're boring the shit out of me with this True Blood talk. I want nothing to do with that show.
Yes. Sorry about that. Sorry, I'm so sorry. My bad.
There's 2 other names. There's 2 other names that were thrown out. One of them I dreaded. The other one I thought maybe. Timothy Oliphant, I thought maybe. What did you guys think about him?
I think
he is an amazing actor.
Yeah.
I could see it. I could absolutely see it.
I could see him as a villain. A villain.
He's a little old for Batman, but I really could see it too.
That's just it. Is we're going for old. That's the point.
Yeah,
That's
Good point.
I think that he'll suit the role of a villain better. I've seen him play roles such as in Scream 2 when he was the slasher guy, and I think he makes a good villain.
Ooh, what about Two-Face? He'd be a pretty good Two-Face, I think.
Yes, he'll make a good.
But the other name that I really did not want to see, as much as I like the actor, Norman Reedus. But did anyone think he would have made a good Batman?
Where's he from, Todd? Where's he?
Daryl
Walking Dead.
Dixon.
Walking Dead and Boondock Saints.
Yeah.
John Carpenter's Cigarette Burns.
I don't watch The Walking Dead.
Wow.
Um,
No, I can't see Batman. No, he's too. He looks like. Is he? How tall is he?
Maybe his brother in arms. Maybe Jean Patrick Flannery, if you give him dark hair.
I'll still say no on that one.
I mean, but what I just summed up tonight is like, in Man of Steel, we're waiting the Man of Steel sequel. Like, you're gonna make Superman look much like Superman has to look more inferior than Batman, such as he's buff and he has the blah blah blah. But then you have Ben Affleck, who's 6'4", and then you have Henry Cavill, who's just 6'1". So the two of them just, who's just standing right next, like Batman, his role has to be fearless. So you might just think for a second that, hey, Batman might win because how Ben Affleck, he's on record now as the tallest on Batman. So.
Well, here's my thing: is in the comic books. Literally, Batman has subbed in for Superman a couple times. When Superman needs to appear in the same place as wow, I'm forgetting his fucking name now. As Clark Kent.
Yeah.
Batman has taken. I mean, because they're supposed to have similar builds and they're supposed to be about the same height.
Right.
Like,
go ahead.
I mean, they're supposed to be very similar, and when you see them, especially as their counterparts, as Clark Kent and Bruce Wayne together, like they look very similar physically in the comics.
Wait,
Right.
Are you saying that Bruce Wayne put on a pair of glasses and posed as Clark Kent? Or...
No, I'm saying that Bruce Wayne has put on a Superman costume and posed as Superman.
I don't know.
Vice versa
Come
too.
on.
Even vice versa.
But like, that's another thing. Before the release of Man of Steel, I keep on hearing Zack Snyder and David S. GotR and his wife, Deborah Snyder, just
Have
saying,
threesomes.
wow. Just saying how they're bringing. how they're bringing the realism to the Superman franchise and stuff like that. But you want to talk about realism? How is it that you still can't tell that this Superman, like you can't tell he's Superman with glasses on? Like seriously, what I would have proposed is like let him grow his beard back and then maybe shaggy up his hair, like make him look like the nerd Clark is in the comics. Even though Raid and Man of Steel, they showed nothing about him being a nerd at all, you know, like having high grades and stuff like that. They showed nothing about that. So give Clark Kent a look. What can make people just say, you know what, this guy isn't Superman. The glasses just cannot work.
But going real, what if they gave Superman a mask? Would you guys have accepted that?
What kind of mask?
No. No, don't give Superman a mask.
No, don't give him a mask. That'd be too stupid. No.
Yeah, I mean,
But if we're trying to get rid of the, I mean, you talk about stupid. What's the name over there? Tory is totally right about the glasses. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's been the one big the most ridiculous thing of the whole franchise, and I don't know. When you look at it like that, is a mask really that stupid?
Well, one of the things I was thinking about with the Christopher Reeve Superman was that one of the things that made his portrayal so good was that you watch him and he really, when he's Clark Kent, he's totally different than Superman, and it's like, yeah, okay, whatever, the glasses don't really cover up, but just his mannerisms and the way that he acts and everything that he does is just so much different.
A nerdy guy who's clumsy.
You look at it and it's like, yeah, there's no way, you know, and kind of jumping back to the whole, you know, Batman Bruce Wayne thing. You have to have somebody that can do both sides.
Oh, and Todd. Well, actually, two things. Yes. Todd, you were correct. Batman did not pose as Superman. It was actually the other way around.
The other way around.
When supposedly one of the times that Batman disappeared, and he didn't give notice to his Bat family. Superman came in and helped out and dressed up as Batman to scare people.
This also happened in the cartoon show as well. By verbatim too, when Batman was gone for no reason out of nowhere, Robin went to Superman, posed as Batman. It was Brainiac situation, but same verbatim.
Yeah, so it ended up being Superman versus Bane at one point in the comics, which is just hilarious.
Cartoon.
Bane's all like, "What the fuck?"
He's like, he's 10 times stronger than you, so you just.
And the second thing I was gonna do was actually officially introduce Reggie Darden, but now we're staring at his ass, so...
Back that thing up, Reggie.
But, so... But, yeah, they're supposed to have basically the same build. They're supposed to have the same color hair. The only thing that's really supposed to be like physically different is obviously, I don't know, us white people, we all look alike. You got to admit.
I ain't gonna say that now. I ain't gonna say that. So.
Maybe just a superheroes thing.
I think Knuckles and I look alike. I'm the only one, but kind of creeps me out when I look at him sometimes.
I don't think that.
And then I notice a similarity.
The more I think about how things could have been much worse, the more I think about how things could have been much more worse for choosing the role of Batman, I say, hey, they could have chosen Nicolas Cage. So things could have been. True. Things could have been a lot much worse.
But Nicolas Cage loves comic books. I mean,
does. He loves
how bad could that be? Yeah, okay, then there you go. I mean, to have somebody who loves the source material is just a real plus. I'm upset that they're dropping him as Ghost Rider.
But
Nicolas Cage could have only worked if he was using his John Travolta mask from Face Off.
By Todd's reckoning, I should be Batman because I assume that I love Batman more than Ben Affleck.
Well, you were on Saved by the Bell, the new class, so you know you've got a resume. So yes.
No, there was already a Saved by the Bell, the new class. It would be Saved by the Bell, the newer class.
Ah, yes, you're on Saved by the Bell, Deep Space Nine.
So what if Batman was like not a Caucasian character? What if he was like, a different race? Would that be different to the?
No one wants to see that.
I was asking. That would have been different.
I mean, like people won't be.
Can you just ask the question again, real quick, just so I can hear it? What was the question, Isaiah?
What if Batman was a different race?
A different race. Would that change up the whole status
quo? No, there would be riots.
There would be.
I mean, people won't be as. Sorry about this. Stuttering guy here. I'm sorry. But people won't be as happy about it as how for the Fantastic Four reboot they want the Human Torch to be black.
I don't care about that.
A black guy.
Yeah. Listen, it's not racism, and I'll tell you, it's ridiculous. Because I'll tell you, I lost 10 years of my life fighting against racism. I'm the furthest thing from a racist, but I would despise if they did that. Like Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, when they made Ford Prefect Mos Def. I love Mos Def. A huge fan of his. But I frigging hated that they did that. Don't change the race of your characters.
But I have listened. I have listened to that novel plenty of times. They never describe him as not being black.
You're very right about that, but we had the TV version already, so I don't know. I mean, you make a good point there.
Nick Fury.
And I have thought about it of who is to say. Like, races could be interchangeable. However, I don't know. There's too much black already on Batman.
Yeah, it's the Dark Knight, not the Darkest Knight.
Yeah, but like
Batwing.
Change his name, make it not Bruce Wayne, and then have a black Batman. All for it.
Donald Glover.
Leroy J.
Leroy J. Really? It totally just slipped my mind.
Leroy.
I forgot. Yes, Samuel L. Jackson. Nick Fury is black.
But to be fair, Nick Fury was black before Samuel L. Jackson.
Yes, he was.
That was in the Ultimate series when they did that.
Yeah, exactly. There was a black Nick Fury before Samuel L. Jackson, and they only changed the black Nick Fury to look like Samuel L. Jackson after the fact.
And also in the movies, they had David Hasselhoff before him, so I mean...
David Hasselhoff.
Here was the thing behind that black Nick Fury. The black Nick Fury also exists in 616, only as Nick Fury's son, who Nick Fury Jr. I know it's a long story, but I mean, in the Ultimate, it started from the Ultimate Universe comic books, and they made a joke about that in the books as well. Like, I look like Samuel L. Jackson. Like, no shit, asshole, you do. So that's where that came from. They're copying from the Ultimate's books a little bit more. That's why.
And I would show you a picture of the new Nick Fury, except my freaking camera's not working.
The new Nick Fury looks like the Ultimate one, but he's more younger and more brutal, more ruthless character.
Yeah, he really is.
He don't give a fuck. He just kills people.
I mean, Matt. Okay.
I was gonna say, who does Todd? If you were to cast the best person you could think of as Batman, who would you cast?
I've been mulling that question over for a while, and I honestly have no answer. I would have to go back to Timothy Oliphant because he was the best of the bunch that I saw. He was the only one that really excited me. But I haven't been able to come up with my own idea.
For me, Matthew Good and yes, guy. And George Clooney. George Clooney.
How about John Stamos? It's all character, but what if you could actually pull that off? I think he would be he'd look like a Bruce Wayne.
John Stamos.
I just watched an hour of Full House before this. That's all.
John Stamos has the playboy look of Bruce Wayne. Then he has the pretty boy smile and stuff like that. But he's he's too much of a pretty boy. I'm sorry. I can't see the biker from Full House being Batman and hopping off rooftops and stuff
Hey,
like that.
what do you guys think of this, Rob Lowe?
Rob Lowe.
I could almost see that.
I can see that almost.
I said
Wow.
that already.
Hate it.
And I kind of feel like they just need to get an unknown. I think anybody that's got any kind of recognition is just gonna hurt it.
Like I said,
Yeah,
they
it is.
needed to hire me.
Yeah.
I'm a known.
I think I don't think that they should have hired like a mainstream star such as Ben Affleck. I think that they should have found an actor
Matt
who can
Damon.
just Matt
No.
Damon. Matt Damon is so mainstream. What are you talking about?
Matt Damon could do it though because we know he's got the physical presence to do so.
Yeah, he is threatening too. If you give him the good lines.
I mean, to be honest, I think a good Batman. Todd, I don't know what do you think about this. I think a good Batman would be Hugh Jackman. I'm sorry, Hugh Jackman.
No.
Yes,
No.
yes. I think when you look at Wolverine, he has the presence of just like being fearless and striking fear into you.
Yeah, but they would never let him do it. The
I mean, true. That's
Marvel
true.
would never let him do it.
Of course. Fox wouldn't let him do it. Not Fox. Fox.
I know you guys are gonna make fun of me, but I think I actually kind of have an answer. When I heard the possibility of Channing Tatum, I said, you know what? He's a little bulky, but I could really see him as a young Bruce Wayne and as a Batman. I would buy him as Batman.
I think if they didn't say, the age for Batman doesn't really matter, I don't think that Ben Affleck would have been chosen. I think they would have gone with someone else. But what we have to realize is Superman is 33, so we have to. So they went looking for a guy who's older and
Turn 35.
Really? I'm the youngest person there? Okay, cool.
I'm 12.
So, yeah. So they just had to choose someone who looks so much more mature than him and smarter than him. Well, actually, Batman is smarter than Superman. So Ben Affleck, he should be able to pull it off.
Here's an interesting fact, is that in the comics, by all technicality, Superman has a higher IQ than Batman. The reason being is because he can speed up everything in his body, including his brain. He can think faster than Batman. The only difference is that he's not trained strategically like Batman is.
Yeah,
Batman found
I'm
himself.
cool with that. I'm cool with that thought.
I read something about who's gonna play the next butler for Batman. I forget who they were gonna say. I'll have to research it, but someone is.
I think they should stick with the same guy.
Oh, Michael Caine?
Yes, he rocked. He rocked it. I know they can't because, he's part of that particular franchise, but I really liked him as Alfred.
Yeah, he was.
He was
good.
a great Alfred.
You know what?
Are they really gonna put a bunch of all of that stuff though in
No, I don't think
next
so.
movie?
Why would they? But they are putting all of the supporting cast members from Man of Steel in it, so you never know.
But at what point does it turn into a Batman movie then? you know, when does it stop? At what point does it stop being a Man of Steel movie? If they have to throw in all this extra stuff.
Well, okay. My thought is that if it does end up becoming like you have the whole like training of Superman, which some websites are kind of alluding to, that it ends up being like a training of Superman, and then at the end of the training, like Superman does something that Batman doesn't like, so Batman has to take him down. Is at least that's what it seems like. If that is the case, then we are probably going to see the Batcave from Superman's point of view.
Oh.
I mean, because he's going to seek out Batman, and Batman's cape and cowl isn't going to stop Superman from knowing who he is, because he's got that nifty X-ray vision.
Oh. Well, right in the end, like it all depends on the writing. The writing of David S. Goyer. Like David S. Goyer, he's a good writer, but he just needs help. He needs not help, but just a little assistance for like someone to just read it over and just say, you know what, you should fix that. You should fix that. Well, actually, I think that Christopher Nolan assisted with the story with him, and then David just wrote the screenplay. And like I said much earlier, Christopher Nolan didn't approve of having Superman to kill Zod, really.
Neither did I.
I liked it. I thought that was a nice touch. What else was he going to do with them? He gotta kill the guy.
It was just the city he was destroying.
I mean,
I made peace with it, but I was more upset with him running around telling everybody where he's from. At this point, why even bother? Everybody knows he's from Kansas. It shouldn't be that hard to find a super guy that grew up in Kansas.
Good point, because whatever her name is, the girl, she found him.
He was fighting Zod, and the city was just destroying.
But
if you're gonna go tell a freaking head of the government,
right?
Oh yeah, I grew up in Kansas. You know, they have this thing called the NSA. They have records of people that are living in particular places. I don't think it would be that hard for them to find him.
He was a very bad Superman, keeping a secret to himself. Like, man, you are a bad Superman.
Not to mention all the people in the town that already know him.
As long as no reporters go to IHOP, he'll be fine.
I was gonna say like him and Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man and Dexter need to start a club for really bad secret keepers.
Oh yes.
Well, I mean, no, but like when you look at it, right in the Amazing Spider-Man, how much times did Andrew Garfield take off his mask, and he just he showed a lot. He like when he was saving the kid in the car, he had no reason to take off his mask. Maybe he was scaring the kid or something. I don't know, but he took off his mask a lot.
That's the thing.
I'm already sick of that movie, so I'll just pretend that doesn't exist.
Cool. So, who has a pick for Batman?
Bruce Campbell as Batman. I'm just saying.
I will watch that movie. I'll rewatch that movie.
Andy Dick.
I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think of Bruce Campbell is actually as Batman.
As the older Batman, I would love it.
Actually, yeah, I think that would probably work if they went with the older route.
I'm trying to think of a serious role he's done that is more serious than Burn Notice, and I can't think of one.
Evil Dead, too.
More serious.
Nothing much.
I don't think the man is a serious film.
He does have the voice, though. I mean, if he were
and
growling,
the chin.
And the chin, if he were growling at you, you'd freaking listen to him. I wouldn't listen to Ben Affleck. I mean, Ben Affleck is fucking 4 inches taller than me, and by the time he's ready for this movie, he's probably going to be the same weight as I am. And
wow,
and all of it's going to be muscle for him and not so much for me. And when he starts growling at people, I'm not. It's not going to affect me. I don't think. I mean, I'm going to see Batman, and I'm going to think this is fucking Ben Affleck. This is Geely. This is Jersey Girl.
Right.
Oh my
Therein
God.
lies the problem. Therein lies the problem. I'm going to be hearing him, waxing philosophical. But I fucking love you, Amy.
Do you think there's any chance that they'll change their mind now that there's been all the nerd rage and
No. I
No,
wish
wrong.
we could
They're
have
back to the characters.
but it's not. We're stuck with them for the next at least 2 years. And no, and that's the worst part. We're not stuck with them for the next 2 years. We're stuck with him for probably the next 6 years because it's not just Superman, Batman. It's also going to be Superman, Batman, plus what is probably going to be a world's finest movie, and then finally a Justice League movie.
Like, damn, DC took you that long? Like, dude, do what Marvel's doing.
He signed up for multiple movies, which means at least 2, which means at least 4 years.
Damn it.
See, I think they made the mistake. They're trying to chase what Marvel's doing, but they haven't had any of the build up, and it's going to be a mess.
What Marvel did was properly paced. You had 4 years from 2008 to 2012. Phase 1. In 4 years, how much movies? What, 5 or 6 or something like that? Marvel was properly paced and patient. I don't see how. I mean, unless the storyline rating, the sequel for Man of Steel takes place a couple years after what happened in Man of Steel, I don't see just Batman just like dashing there, just dashing into.
You know what could save this franchise? I just thought of what could save this franchise, and we've already said it. We've just kind of jumped around it. Is Joss Whedon is the director of basically not only the Avenger movies, but he's also overseeing the entire franchise. Like he's basically the script supervisor for all of the movies. Like he's making sure everything works.
He knows how to make. He knows how to win.
We need one of those for the DC universe.
Well, that's what they're trying to give to Nolan.
Smith.
Yeah, but Nolan won't take that role.
What about Kevin Smith? Did you just say that, Matt?
Kevin Smith.
I'm fucking
Kevin Smith to be like just the person in charge of the movie as a franchise.
Can't happen. Kevin Smith's retired.
He is not. No, he is not. 2 weeks
he's
ago,
making a new movie.
Another movie.
I know, Husk, about it's he wants Quentin Tarantino to play a guy in a walrus suit who moves in with another guy who makes him wear the walrus suit. It's supposed to be like Human Centipede with a guy in a walrus suit.
What? I mean, wasn't he doing like Clerks 3?
That's coming next. Hit Somebody's Gone, Tusk is coming, then Clerks 3, and then it's done.
Yeah,
I approve of Nolan. I think Nolan should do it, but they won't listen. They won't listen to Nolan. Warner Brothers will listen to Nolan because Nolan brought them some serious money. So like Warner Brothers would listen, but as for how Zack Snyder and David S. Goyer refused to listen to him, so.
Speaking of people listening to Nolan, I mean, he's got so much power right now that they gave up the whole Friday. Who was it? Warner? I think Paramount gave up the rights to the Friday the 13th franchise just to have a piece of Nolan's next movie.
Right. But here's another thing: Legendary Pictures won't be in the making of. Would it be in the making of Batman vs Superman, or is that Universal?
No,
they backed out of Batman vs Superman, and they got a piece of Nolan's Interstellar is the name of the next movie.
Oh, that's the same thing they did with the Friday the 13th. So they backed out of that. They gave up their rights to Friday the 13th, and which by the way, the last movie sucked, but it made a hell of a lot of money.
I know, really a lot.
And they gave up that stuff for a piece of Interstellar.
Because Nolan can sell movies. He can make movies good.
But yeah. Does anyone have anything else?
Yeah, I do. one thing that Tory said a few minutes ago about taking place a few years after Man of Steel. If this is officially going to be a sequel to Man of Steel, which I know everyone's calling it that, all the websites, I personally don't agree that it's actually a sequel, more like a spin-off, like a side story. But if it is a sequel, it's got to take place right afterwards. I mean, there can't be a wait of a few years.
I mean, like Matt said, if we are seeing this from Superman's point of view, then this is a sequel. Then it has to be a sequel. If we are seeing this from Superman's point of view, but like for a last thing to say, there's nothing we can really like do about it now. Just like have discussions like this, I guess. I think DC really wants to be on top of the market again, because what I like really watched and read is that right in the 90s and 80s, DC was on top of the movie and the of the media market with
because did you see what Marvel was putting out in the 80s and 90s?
I saw
garbage.
That was awful. But
they were putting out go-go boots and spandex and $40 production values.
Yeah, so
until you got something smart.
So what gave Marvel a jump start was Blade. Actually, Blade was the first movie to like give it really a jump start. Then came the series with Wolverine and blah blah blah. But
isn't that Sony?
No, that's
Fox.
But then again, yes, it did give Marvel the boost, even though they didn't get the profits.
But what shut DC down for almost 10 years was Batman and Robin. That shut them like that's on record as the biggest franchise killer in the world.
I'd argue that shut down comic book movies, period, for a while. Like, nobody trusted them.
No. You see, during those years when DC wasn't there, okay, let's see, Batman and Robin came in 1997, and the next movie, which was Batman Begins, came in 2005. When was it? May 15, 2005. Yeah. So during that time. Look at that time span. How much movies just came out that year? You had Blade. You even had 2 sequels for Blade right in that time. Then you had X-Men. You had 2 X-Men, 2 good X-Men, and you had 2 good Spider-Mans. Like Marvel just totally capitalized.
I liked the other 2 X-Men as well. I say there's 4 good X-Men. I thought First Class was actually a first-class film. I thought it was pretty damn good.
That's true. That is
really good.
Yeah.
I wish that actually X-Men could have been a lot further if actually the funny thing is, right, how Bryan Singer, he started the X-Men series and he was supposed to direct part 3, but no, he dished it for Superman Returns, and that was just 2 movies what failed that year. He just stuck with X-Men because now what he did with this because dude, really? but now what he's doing with Days of Future Past, he has to do with so much work with it, even though he is bringing Cyclops back.
He's not. He's dead. He's officially dead.
Oh no, he's not. He's not dead.
Yeah, he said he's not bringing him back. Singer said he's not bringing him back.
Oh really?
Yeah, really. I'm not joking. He's not bringing him back.
But does it matter in Days of Future Past? Because isn't that like a whole time travel?
Yeah.
That's the thing.
I really feel sorry for what's his name. He cannot catch a break. He gets screwed in every movie, it seems. Guy that plays Cyclops.
Oh, James Marsden.
Yeah.
Actually, the thing is, right, why people are so certain that he brings back Cyclops, they found him on the set numerous times. Like although he tried to keep it secret, he's not in pictures and stuff like that. What he's been posting right on his Twitter account and stuff like that, right of the set of how tall the Sentinels are, and how sexy Halle Berry looks with white hair. But I think he's bringing Cyclops back. I think.
Hey, there you go. Halle Berry's on that list too. Catwoman, Storm.
Oh yeah, there we go.
See, it's not gender exclusive.
It's not. Oh yeah, Katie. Oh no, she was like, yeah, never mind.
But,
Did for some reason I'm thinking Jennifer Garner did a couple things too, but maybe not.
I could have sworn I heard that they were gonna make another Elektra movie. That they were gonna reboot it.
They were.
Or they were gonna reboot Daredevil again and put her in it or something like that.
With Marvel though, Marvel's gonna do that because Marvel got the rights to Elektra, Daredevil, Blade, and other movies I can't really remember, like Luke Cage and something like that.
no, I mean Marvel has the rights to all, but then you have to look at which management company. You have Fox, you have Disney, you have Sony. So you have the Amazing Spider-Man, who belongs to Sony. Then the X-Men franchise belongs to Fox, and the Marvel franchise, such as the Avengers, belongs to Walt Disney. But what I just read is that the character Nemo or something, he still belongs to Sony. Yeah, Nemo, who lives in Atlantis.
Namor.
He's Fantastic Four character.
The Submariner.
Yeah. Oh, hold on. Let me.
Basically, he's the Marvel version of Aquaman.
Yeah, right. He is.
He's more of an asshole though, too.
Oh no, sorry. Oh, sorry, not Sony. Namor the Submariner. He belongs to Universal. My bad.
Universal.
Oh, does he? Okay.
Really? Okay.
I thought Marvel was getting a reversion of all of their properties by 2016.
They said yes, but the thing is, they said that the rights have not been reverted to Marvel. In fact, I'll send you guys the link right now. The rights have not.
Oh, I'm looking at a list of people who have played multiple superheroes. If you consider Kick-Ass, Aaron Taylor Johnson is going to play both Kick-Ass and Quicksilver.
Yeah.
Yuck.
Has he been confirmed for Quicksilver?
I thought Quicksilver is supposed to be like a jock, like, you know.
No, he's a.
No, he's definitely not a jock. He's a runner. No, he's an asshole runner.
Yeah.
Isn't that what a jock is? He's an asshole.
And he has an evil father too. It's a longer story.
Magneto.
Yeah, but they can't use Magneto. They can't use any.
Doug Jones is played Abe Sapien and Silver Surfer.
And he's also played. Oh shit! Who else did he play? I think he's played like 5 roles. Doug Jones.
Wow.
And then of course Nick Cage was Big Daddy.
Oh yeah, I liked him in that movie.
Yeah, his best role
ever.
Not ever. He's not.
And then of course Ryan Reynolds. He's been in every.
Yeah.
He's been every superhero at this point.
Yeah.
That's why I don't see it right as a problem as Hugh Jackman playing Batman. I don't see it right as a problem as that.
It's a huge problem. You know, like, hey, Wolverine. Oh yeah, that's Wolverine.
I think it's gonna be like cool to see how will they revamp or change the Batsuit, because how there was a big discussion on how can you remove the tights from Superman, the red tights. So who knows? I don't know how they're gonna change his costume.
No, I don't. I mean, obviously they're going to change it in look, but the idea of it being a complete like battle suit with basically scale mail type of armor, which is kind of how it was in the Nolan series. I totally expect them to do that again. Basically, make it scale mail, a black scale mail.
Oh, you mean? Yeah. How Nolan made it so real? You know.
Yeah.
This concept of real. even anything will bug me. Oh, sorry. Straying off topic again. Like how he tried to make it so real, rating a movie like Inception, what is like really meant to be such an original movie when it's just like
The Matrix.
yeah, The Matrix. So like yeah, yeah.
By the way, guys, Doug Jones was in 2 other superhero movies. He was in Batman Returns, and he was in Mystery Men. If you include that one.
Mystery Man. Oh, God.
I indeed do include Mystery Men.
I do too, and I'm so pissed the sequel never came out.
That was a good movie.
Go on, Isaiah. We should probably wrap up because it has been an hour and 40 minutes.
Let's just wrap this up now.
I didn't think we were going to last 15 minutes.
Yeah, same here. We got daily.
Like I said earlier, that we had like 30 to 45 minutes to go. That was an hour. That was almost an hour ago.
But Matt, one question: how often do you have this hangout thing right there?
Oh, I will totally clue you in on
Yes,
all
please
this
do
kind of stuff. Right after we wrap everything up. When I wrap everything up, don't hang up. Just stay on air and we'll talk.
Okay, cool.
Okay, there's not a whole lot to finish up with. Check us out, geeksoftheround.com. Todd, I'm sure you want to say something about a certain website.
Yes, rottinghorse.com.
Isn't
I wanted to say this again.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, isn't Pornhub better than YouPorn?
Is the porn industry closed down for the time moment?
Listen, I don't
Never.
actually explore the porn world. I'm in it for 5 minutes and then I'm out. So I mean,
Yeah, they are closed
Why
down.
so long?
I like variety.
Yeah, they're closed down for that.
Anyone else want to pimp anything out?
No,
guess not.
Have fun.
All right. Check us out, geeksoftheround.com. We do hangouts every Thursday for Hangouts Against Humanity, which is basically Cards Against Humanity. If you do not know what Cards Against Humanity is, go to cardsagainsthumanity.com. Basically, it's apples to apples for adults. Check that out. Also, check us out on Mondays where we do Breaking Bad and Dexter hangouts. Dexter's only got like 4 weeks left, so join us while you still can. Breaking Bad only has like 6 weeks left, so join us while you can. We're also going to start doing Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. pretty soon. September 24th, I think, is our first hangout for that. Maybe 25th, the day after it airs. And also, Todd is going to be doing a hangout. Pimp that out real quick.
2 of them, The Blacklist with James Spader, if anyone wants to get in on that.
Why'd you have to go racist on us?
Starting on September, I think, 23rd or 28th. And also American Horror Story Coven coming in October. Before those, we're going to do little anticipation episodes to discuss what we're really looking forward to or not in the case of American Horror Story. But, so yeah, keep a lookout for that on the Geeks of the Round page. I'm going to be posting a sign-up sheet relatively soon.
And also check out the Geeks of the Round page for articles. Basically, anytime news comes out, we'll throw it up there. Basically, we try and throw it up there if we can before Isaiah does. But sometimes that's a little difficult. And Isaiah is very active on there, as is myself and Todd and Deano. And cool.
And Reggie. Reggie's, you know.
Oh yeah, Reggie's pretty active.
Pretty active.
Yeah. All right. See you guys later. See you guys on Monday.
Bye.
Peace.